the season. Both schools have mutually agreed upon the umpires for today's game. We ask you as students, parents, and citizens to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials that you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of authority. Their rulings should be respected by all. Good luck to both teams and enjoy the game.
Game 2 is moments away as we welcome you back. The Tigers baseball on Vype Live Game 2 today, right here from beautiful Central San Antonio, Texas. Where today at Northside Field number 2, your Tigers take on the Titans from Victoria East. Once again, everyone, good evening. I am Melvin Jones, and welcome back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. This is game number 2 of the Comal ISD Invitational, as this game is being played right here in San Antonio. Tigers won game 1 earlier this morning, 6-5 final score against Canyon Lake, off of the bat of Taylor Tracy. 2 home runs today, including the game-winning home run at the top of the 7th. So the Tigers back here took about the 45-minute to an hour drive down south to right here in San Antonio. Actually, about 10 minutes away from the home of Melvin Jones. So a little bit of a home game for myself. As we get ready for game number 2, don't forget we have 2 more games in this invitational, both coming tomorrow. First game at 11 and the second game at 5 p.m. So a lot of Tiger baseball this weekend for you here on Vype Live and Vype Pay-Per-View. For those of you who are tuning in, thank you. We welcome you. And it's going to be a good game tonight between the Tigers and the Titans. Today's pitcher for the Titans is going to be right-hander Andrew Rivera. He is going to oppose the Tigers pitcher today, Max Church. And as Taylor Tracy started this morning, went for pretty good outing for him. Gave up 3 runs. Nico Ruedas came in the 6th inning to close it out. Nico did give up the game-tying home run in the bottom of the 6th. But, of course, Taylor Tracy came through with a solo jack in the top of the 7th to win it for the Tigers. As Rivera continues with his warm-up. Let's take a look at your lineup for the Tigers this evening. Batting first, playing in the right field, number 14, the sensational sophomore, Theo Howard. Batting second, playing second base, Aiden Dennis. Batting third, playing shortstop tonight, AP, Aiden Perry. Batting cleanup, the freshman phenom, Taylor Tracy. He's playing center field, batting cleanup. Brandon Arvison, super senior, playing first base tonight, batting fifth. Sam Markajanian, batting sixth, playing at third base. Wyatt Lesper getting the start at DH tonight, batting seventh. Matt Schindler behind home plate, and he's batting eighth. And batting ninth, playing left field, Luke Hudson. So it looks like Rivera is ready to go, and so are we from right here in Central San Antonio. As Howard steps up to the box in the first pitch of the game, and Theo looks at strike one. Theo Howard, of course, the Tiger of the week this week due to his fantastic hitting last weekend at the Hill Country Classic. Here's the 1-1 to Rivera, and Theo looks at it, ball two. 2-1 to Theo Howard. And Rivera throws it low, 3 balls and a strike. Aiden Dennis, AD, in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Here's a 3-1 from Rivera. Ball 4, and Theo Howard gets on. First base runner of the night for the Tigers. And here is AD. Aiden, of course, started earlier today as well. And he has a runner at first. No outs here in the top of the first. As Rivera ready, and he's going to toss it back to first. And, of course, Theo makes it back, no problem. 5-pitch walk by Andrew Rivera to begin this ball game. Dennis now back in the box. And Rivera tosses it back to first, keeping Theo in check. And the first pitch of the bat. And that was into the dirt and gets past the catcher. And Theo Howard is going to make it into second base, no problem. Sparse crowd so far here at Northside ISD. Biggest ISD here in San Antonio. And Rivera, as AD showed bunt, but it was high, 2-0. Here's Rivera now. AD shows bunt again, lays it down, but it goes foul. 2 balls and a strike now to Aiden Dennis. Aiden Perry in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. As AP throws the ball back to the home plate umpire. Rivera now checks back a second, does it again, the 2-1. Nice inside pitch. Caught the corner for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Aiden Dennis. We are in the top of the first. No score so far. As Andrew Rivera checks back to second. Does it the second time. He delivers. High and over the head. Theo Howard takes off. Theo Howard gets called out. It looked as though he was safe from up here. First out of the ball game. Count goes full on Aiden Dennis. So no runners on. Full count. 1 out now here in the top of the first. And Rivera delivers. AD goes down swinging for the first strikeout of this ball game. Two outs now. Here it comes Aiden Perry. Aiden Perry earlier today. 2 for 2. A double and a single. AP has been on fire. And nice swing, nice big cut by AP for strike 1. And Rivera misses it, but barely. A ball and a strike now to AP. Talk about a hot bat. Taylor Tracy is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Rivera delivers. Outside corner and got him for strike 2. 1-2 now to AP. As Rivera delivers. into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Deuces are wild for Aiden Perry. And Rivera delivers. Big swing and miss. And Aiden Perry goes down on strikes. No hits, no runs, no errors. Max Church and the Tiger defense coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Bottom of the first. And here comes the Titans of Victoria East. Leading off would be their shortstop, Hunter Barrows, followed by second baseman Mason Sockwell, and then the center fielder, Brady Parker. The 3 that are due up here in the bottom half of the first for Victoria East. And here comes Hunter Barrows. Max Church on the bump tonight for the Tigers. As Barrows steps up, going up against Church. Around the horn, Sam McJaney at third. Aiden Perry at short. Aiden Dennis at second. And at first base tonight, Brendan Arson. In the outfield, Luke Hudson at left. Taylor Tracy in center field, and in right field, that's Church. Theo Howard's at right field. And the ball goes right past Sam for a base hit. So Barrows gets a leadoff single to open up the game for the Titans. Here comes Mason Sockwell. So once again, in the outfield, Luke Hudson at left. Center field, Taylor Tracy. And then Theo Howard in right field. One pitch for Max Church. It was a leadoff single as Church now ready to go to work. And Max gives it, pops it up. Sam is calling off everyone. Sam has it in foul territory for the first out of this ball game for the Tigers. Efficient so far for Max. 2 pitches and 1 out as Brady Parker comes to the plate. Third pitch coming up for Max Church. And Max goes outside, 1-0. You can see the different lineup changes that Coach Payne is throwing out there for the Tigers. Max continues to look at first. He's ready now, and he throws it back, and Barrows gets back to first. As Parker back in the batter's box. Here's Max with the 1-0. Max a little outside, 2-0. Matt Schindler was ready for the attempt steal. But Barrows didn't go anywhere. 2 balls, no strikes now to Brady Parker. And Max throws it back over to Brandon to keep Barrows in check. Caden Coley, the third baseman, in the on-deck circle for the Titans. As Max delivers. And Parker drives it. And it drops right in front of Taylor Tracy for a base hit. Burrows stops at third. And now the Titans have runners at the corners and 1 out. Here comes Caden Coley.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 18, Caden Coley.
Coley now 1 out. Runners at the corners. Could bring in the first run of the game for the Titans. And Coley in the batter's box. Church looks at third. And Max delivers. That is high and inside, 1-0. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first, but the Titans with runners at first and third and 1 out. And Church delivers. Big swing and miss for Coley. Strike 1. 1-1 now to Caden Coley. Temperatures went up to about 82 degrees today. Just a gorgeous day here in South Central Texas. Max Church delivers the 1-2. And that goes inside but high. 2-1 now. Max, being patient, looks over his left shoulder at first. He delivers the 2-1. That goes behind Matt Schindler, and Matt can't find it, and a run will come in. Parker goes all the way to third, and it's 1-0 Titans. So that time a pass ball brings in the first run of the game. And with 3 balls and 1 strike, Caden Coley could get another runner on base for Victoria East. Church now looks back at third, delivers the 3-1. Swing and miss by Coley, full count now. Tigers were down 1-0 to Canyon Lake this morning. So this is very familiar territory for Dripping Springs. And that one goes into the dirt. And Coley gets on. 2 singles and a walk so far
That'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Rico
for Victoria East. As the catcher, Rico Gonzalez, is up for the Titans. And he has 2 on, 1 out. Church looks at first. And Max delivers. Smack down in the middle for strike 1. 0-1 now to Gonzalez. Caden Mosiek in the on-deck circle for Victoria East. 1-0 Victoria East. Bottom of the first. 1 out. Runners at the corners. As Max looks over his left shoulder once again. And he throws over the first to keep the runner in check. And Coach Payne is going to run out just a little bit. Let's see, he's going to calm Max down. We are here, bottom of the first, 1-0 Titans. Here in game number 2 today for the Tigers. They defeated, of course, Canyon Lake by a score of 6-5. Taylor Tracy with the game-winning solo home run in the top of the 7th. It looks like Max is ready. As Church now once again check over at first. Here's the 0-1 to Gonzalez. That one's high for ball 1. Tigers with another 2 tomorrow. First game at 11 o'clock at New Braunfels High School versus Lee. Coverage will begin at 10:55 right here on Vype pay-per-view. As Max now get ready for the 1-1. And Gonzalez fouls it to the back net. 1-2. Second game tomorrow at 5 p.m. It gives Brennan, who just played this Victoria East team, that game at Smithson Valley tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Both games, of course, right here on Vype pay-per-view. Tigers, meanwhile, trail in this game in the bottom of the first, 1-0, and the Titans with runners at first and third and 1 out. And that one is high and up in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Rico Gonzalez. Coley now taking a nice lead off of first base. And Max delivers a 2-2. Almost a nice play there by Aiden Dennis, but another run comes across the board and it's 2-0 Titans. Aiden Dennis nearly came up with the catch, but couldn't get to it. Another hit for Victoria East, and they lead the Tigers 2-0. Gonzalez now is at first. Coley is at second. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And up the bat, the left fielder, Caden Mosiek. The wind right now blowing out of field number 2.
Number 9, Isaac Pettis stepping in the bat. The left fielder, number 8, Caden Mosiek.
Mosiek now in the batter's box. Max looking deep at second base, and Max delivers. Mosiek fouls it out of the stadium. 0-1. Pitch number 18 now coming up for Max. And he delivers. That one's outside, 1-1. The 6th hitter in the order for the Titans already up here in the first inning. As Max checking second base once again. He delivers. Now was smacked down on the outside corner. Strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now to Mosiek, who have 2 on, 1 out. And Church with pitch 20. That one's high and outside, 2-2. First baseman Josh Shannon on deck for Victoria East. Church ready to deliver the 2-2. And Mosiek fouls it to the backstop. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Max once again looks over, delivers. Mosiek gets it over the head of Sam for a base hit. And the runners will hold. Great play there by Luke to get it back into the infield. but the bags are juiced for the Titans with only 1 out still, and Josh Shannon coming up to bat. 4th hit in this inning for Victoria East.
Brings up the first baseman, number 11, Josh Shannon.
2-0 Titans. Bottom of the first. Church now looks at second. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1. And Church gets him. Aiden Dennis. Brandon Armstrong actually got him. No one there to cover. And another run comes in, and it's 3-0 Titans. Shannon is on from the fielder's choice. Tigers get it out. But another run scores. 3-0 Titans. Here in the bottom of the first. Bases are still loaded for Victoria East. That ball goes outside for ball 1. And Max fires. Outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 now to Ortega. And Church fires, swing and miss by Ortega. 1-2. 27 pitches thus far for Max Church. Bases are still loaded. 2 outs. That ball goes high and inside. 2-2. That one goes low. Full count now. They actually called the runner on second safe. And Max Church gets his first strikeout of this game. Now it is 2 away. And up comes the designated hitter, Grayson Youngblood. 9th hitter in his inning for the Titans, and he looks at strike 1. Max now, hard look at third, delivers. That one's into the dirt, 1-1. 3-0 Titans. As Max is having a rough first inning here. And Max delivers. Smack down in the middle for strike 2. 1-2 now to Youngblood. Titans will have the top of the order. And Hunter Barrows in the on-deck circle. Max Church, hard look at second. Delivers the 1-2. Got him! So after a rough first inning, Max gets out of the inning with 2 consecutive strikeouts, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. We played and won 3-0 Victoria East. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Taylor Tracy, Brendan Arvison, Sam Magajanian, the meat of this Tiger lineup. All due up here in the second inning. Welcome back to Tiger Baseball right here on Vype pay-per-view. This special right here on pay-per-view this weekend, the Comal ISD Invitational. Here it comes, Taylor Tracy. And Rivera goes high for ball one. Second ball down low, 2-0. Taylor, of course, 2 bombs today. 2-run shot, and of course the game-winning solo shot at the top of the 7th. Is now 3-0 now on Taylor Tracy. 3 quick balls by Rivera, and Rivera delivers, and Taylor looks at strike 1. 3-1 now to the freshman phenom. Brandon Arvison in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Rivera delivers. That's being called a strike, and it's full now on Taylor. 34 pitches in that bottom of the first inning for Max Church. And now Rivera delivers the 3-2. And Taylor goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout tonight for Andrew Rivera. As Brendan Arvison comes up to bat for the Tigers.
First baseman, number 25, Brendan Arvison.
Tigers trail 3-0. Rivera delivers. That was high and inside, ball 1. Here's Rivera. Tigers need runners. That one's low. 2-0 now on Big B. Sam Magajanian in the on-deck circle for Dripping Springs as Rivera with the 2-0. And Brandon hits it foul out of the stadium. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. High and inside to Arvison. 3 balls and a strike. Crowd starting to trickle in. The Van Berkeley family, I see. The Rueda's family, I see. Drippy Springs come out to San Antonio as Big B swings, tips it foul. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Brandon Arvison. As Rivera now winds, delivers. That was into the dirt, and Brandon Arvison gets on. 6-pitch walk there for Big B. And up comes Sam Magajanian.
Now stepping in, the third baseman.
Tigers definitely in the meat of their lineup. As Arvison. And we all know Big B can run with his 6'4" frame. And Rivera is not taking any chances as he checks B back to first. First pitch of the at-bat now, and Rivera delivers. That was into the dirt, 1-0. Wyatt Lesper in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. As Rivera once again checks it back to first. Shannon nearly lost it. But Big B stays right there. And he takes another nice lead off of first. Rivera now ready to deliver the 1-0. He floats it outside and the ball gets away from Gonzalez. And Brandon Arvison is still second with absolutely no problem. So now Arvison at second base with one out. Sammy Sam could put Arvison across the board. Rivera stutter steps on the rubber. Checks back a second. He delivers the 2-1. That goes well outside. 3 balls and no strikes now to Sam McAjanian. And now Rivera stutter steps once again. Checks back at second. Delivers. That one's low, but they called it a strike. And it's 3 balls and a strike now to Sam. Rivera now with a 3-1. And he checks back at second. He delivers. And Sam floats it. Great catch over there. Bots at second by Shannon. And they double up Brandon Arvison. And that will retire this side. No hits for the Tigers. And they were doubled up. Bottom of the second coming up. Top of the order for the Titans. 3-0 Victoria East. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom second, 3-0 Victoria East Titans. Melvin Jones back here with you, Tiger Baseball on Vype pay-per-view tonight. Second game of the Comal ISD Invitational. And the Tigers are down to the Titans, 3-0. And the Titans are going to stop from their top of the order to begin this second inning. And Hunter Barros comes to the plate. Barros is 1 for 1, singling back in the first. And here's Max now. Look to be calmed down after that rocky first inning. And Barros sends a dribbler. Sam grabs it over to Brendan Arvison. Got him. Nice play there from Sam to get the force at first. Here's Sockwell now. Sockwell 0 for 1 for the night. Popping up to Sam in foul territory. Back in the first. As Max delivers. That one's low. Just a little bit outside, but ball 1. 1-0 now to Sockwell. And now Max fires. Sockwell pops it up. And it is caught in foul territory, that time by Brandon Arverson for the second out of the inning. Here comes Parker. And Parker, 1 for 1. He had a single back in the first. 3-0 Victoria East. Now Max Church delivers right down the middle for strike one. Max has definitely calmed down after that shaky first inning. And Church is ready, so is Parker. And Max fires. Another strike. Great inside strike that time for Max, and is 0-2 now to Parker. Caden Coley in the on-deck circle for the Titans. Max shakes off the pitch. He likes what Matt just gave him. And here Max. He fires. Close. And they call it strike 3. Max Church with a gorgeous pitch. And the Titans go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on at the end of 2. Victoria East leads 3-0. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports. It's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Side ISD, the host of this Comal ISD Invitational. This is field number 2 out here as Wyatt steps up to the batter's box to face off against Andrew Rivera. And Rivera with the first pitch of the 3rd inning, and Wyatt slices it foul to the backstop. 0-1 now. Rivera quickly get it out. That's high. Well past Wyatt, and it's 1-1. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Rivera fires, delivers, swing and miss. Goes Wyatt, 1-2. Wyatt quickly back in the box. Rivera fires into the dirt, 2-2. And Rivera taking his time this time. And Wyatt slices it foul out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's Andrew Rivera with the 2-2. And Wyatt, nice play there at shortstop by Burrows. And he gets Wyatt down at first for the first out of this 3rd inning. Here it comes Matt Schindler for the first time tonight. This facility out here have 2 baseball fields 2 softball fields, a giant swim session, as quickly Mac gets hit on his shoulder and he takes first base. And of course on Friday night, the secondary stadium for Northside ISD is right here in this complex. Northside actually has 2 sports complexes, and this is the secondary one, as Luke Hudson steps up to the plate for the Tigers with 1 on and 1 out. Rivera quickly checks back Schindler at first base. Rivera looks like he's ready, and he delivers. And Luke Hudson, show bunt, ball goes past the catcher. Schindler over to second base. So now the Tigers once again have a runner at second with 1 out. A high pitch count for both pitchers thus far. Max Church with 40 pitches, and now Andrew Rivera with 41. As a pitch runner comes in for Schindler. As Chase Wisenet comes in as the pitch runner. 1 out. Top of the third. Rivera delivers. That one's into the dirt. Luke Hudson told Chase, don't move. 2-0 now on Luke. 3-0 Victoria East. Tigers, though, are threatening here in the third. Rivera, long look at second. He delivers. And Luke swings. Huge swing and miss. Strike 1. 2-1 now to Luke Hudson. As Rivera, he's ready. And he nearly picks off Chase as the ball goes past Barros. Chase is safe. Back at second base. Rivera now looks back at second again. He delivers. That ball gets away from Gonzalez once again. Whizzing that over to third. Tigers now runner in scoring position. 1 away. 3 balls, 1 strike count on Luke Hudson. With the top of the order and Theo Howard in the on-deck circle. Rivera now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Delivers. That one's low. And Luke Hudson is on with 1 out. And here comes Theo Howard with 2 on, 1 out. And runners at the corners. Theo got on in the first inning with a leadoff walk. As Gonzalez is out there giving his pitcher and his infield directions. Theo in the batter's box now. 2 on, 1 out. Rivera goes to third. No one's over there. And Chase was ready. And now Rivera. He's ready for the first pitch of this at-bat. Theo shows bunt. Down was low. Looks like it hit the catcher in his throat. 1-0. And looks like the trainers may have to come out to check on Gonzalez. Pitch bounced up and hit him right in his throat. Looks like Gonzalez is trying to walk it off, but the ump is calling for a trainer. And a timeout to give Rico Gonzalez a little bit of a break. Coach Reynolds right now at third base. Coach Payne over on the first base side. And Gonzalez looks like he's okay after a meeting with the trainer and his head coach. He's good to go. As Theo now, a ball and a strike. Excuse me, a ball and no strikes. As Gonzalez now back behind home plate. The umpire actually called that one a strike when that hit the ground. And maybe he forgot. Nonetheless, officially, it's no balls and one strike. Theo Howard shows bunt again. And Luke Hudson is going to swipe for second with no issue. So now the Tigers with runners at second and third. One out. Theo Howard with a ball and a strike. Trying to get a run in for the Tigers. Rivera delivers. Theo fouls it to the Tigers dugout. A ball and two strikes now. One ball, two strikes, one out. Two on here in the top of the third. Theo Howard sends a dribbler over to second base. A run will score. And Luke Hudson advances to third base as Chase get across home plate, and the Tigers get on the board for the first time tonight. As Aiden Dennis comes up now for the Tigers. AD struck out back in the first. And the home crowd, this is technically the Titans are the home team. They didn't like that call, and it's a ball and no strikes to AD. Rivera fires. Aiden Dennis slices it in the center field for a base hit, and Luke Hudson is going to come home for the second run for the Tigers. It's 3-2. Tigers are now back in it. Here comes AP now with one on and two outs. AP also struck out back in the first. Rivera giving up two here in this third inning. That was actually the Tigers' first hit. Aiden Perry sends one in the left field. And a nice play there by Mozicek for the third out of the inning. But the Tigers do score two to get back into this ball game after 2.5. Victoria East leads 3-2. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Game number 2 for the Tigers today of the Comal ISD Invitational. Caden Coley, Rico Gonzalez, Caden Mozicek, all due up for the Titans. As a third baseman, Caden Coley, comes up to bat for Victoria East.
In the bottom of the third, starting it off for the Titans, third baseman number 18, Caden Coley.
Coley walked back in the first. Max Church retiring the side in order last inning. As Church now getting ready to do battle with Coley. Nice pitch there by Max for strike 1. Max now with the 0-1 to Coley. That one's high and inside, 1-1. Rico Gonzalez in the on-deck circle for the Titans. And Max fires. As Coley hits it high, hits it deep. Ball goes off for the wall. And Coley is going to grab extra bases. Great play there by Theo Howard to get it back into the infield. But Caden Coley with a lead-off double to start this third inning. And here's Rico Gonzalez.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Rico Gonzalez.
Gonzalez 1 for 1 tonight with a single back in the first. 3-2 Victoria East. Max Church. Hard look at second base. He delivers. Smack down in the middle for strike 1. Tigers have Lee tomorrow morning in New Braunfels. And then go to Smithson Valley 5 o'clock tomorrow night to take on Brennan. Max Church. As pop-up Gonzalez, he pops a foul, and great catch there by Matt Schindler for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Coley stays there on second base.
That'll bring up the left fielder, number 8, Caden Mozicek.
As Mozicek comes up to do battle with Max Church. And Max steps off the rubber to reset. Max, hard look at second, does it a second time, delivers. And that's high and inside, ball 1. Max stutter steps a bit, fires, same location, same result. 2 balls, no strikes now to Caden Mozicek. Josh Shannon in the on-deck circle now for Victoria East. Max now fires, pops it up, and Mozicek fouls it out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Caden Mozicek. 3-2 Victoria East here in the bottom of the third. Max looks at second, delivers. That goes outside. 3 balls and a strike now. Here's Max now with the 3-1. That's inside and high. And Mozicek gets on for the second time tonight.
Now stepping in, first baseman number 11, Josh Shannon.
Here's Shannon now. Shannon got on back in the first off of a fielder's choice. As Max has runners on first and second now. And that pitch goes outside for ball one. Tigers are back in the jungle next weekend for the Syntex Invitational, Thursday through Saturday. They play at Canyon on Tuesday night. That ball goes well inside, 2 balls, and no strikes to Josh Shannon. Tigers losing their district debut Tuesday night against Johnson in a fantastic pitchers duel, 1-0. Max fires the 2-0, and the ball gets past Matt once again. And now runners advances to second and third. They actually say that it hit Shannon. And now the bases are jacked with only 1 out. Coach Reynolds now taking a walk to the pitcher's mound. Gonna give up the ball. And a new pitcher coming in for the Tigers. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Bases loaded. 1 out. New pitcher coming in. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Austin Van Berkeley, good old VB, is coming in to relieve Max Church. Max went 2 1/3, 3 Ks, 2 walks, and a hit batsman. He also gave up 5 hits. As VB continues to take his warm-up pitches. Xavier Ortega coming up with the bases juiced. 1 out. As Brendan Arvison tells his pitcher, hey, we're ready. And it looks like Austin is ready as well. As Ortega now steps up, VB. Ortega slices it. 6-4, and Aiden Dennis could not come up with it. A run scores, and it's 4-2. Aiden Perry thought maybe he was going to get an out. And here's another play. Tigers go home with it. And that time, Schindler can't get to it. And it's 5-2. 2 straight runs off of 2 straight pitches for the Titans. Two straight errors for the Tigers. As the top of the order, and Hunter Barrows back up. Barrows has the bases loaded. One away. 5-2 Victoria East. VB needs an out. And VB hits Barrios, and it's 6-2. Tigers pitching isn't doing too well right now. VB comes in 4 pitches, 3 runs off of those 4 pitches. First 2 runs was not his fault. As the umpire comes back in. Mason Sockwell back up now for Victoria East. Sockwell 0 for 2. And the Titans lead 6-2 over the Tigers. VB delivers. That ball gets past Schindler. Wild pitch. Another run comes in. 7-2 Victoria East. Austin Van Berkeley right now. Give it up a lot of runs and a pop up. Taylor Tracy catches it. But Victoria East scores another one. And it's 8-2. Five runs in his inning so far for Victoria East. Here's Brady Parker. Parker is 1 for 2. Singling in the first, striking out back in the second. Two errors in this inning for the Tigers. And VB gets a first pitch strike and is 0-1. VB now. Ready to the 0-1. Runner on second. And that ball hits the dirt. A ball and a strike now to Brady Parker. That ball goes outside. 2-1. Pitch goes right down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. For Berkeley. Got him! And VB got him a strikeout to end the inning. But Victoria East brings 5 across the plate. And they lead 8-2. Top of the 4th coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away, but they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Top of the fourth inning. Welcome back to San Antonio. Melvin Jones here. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Victoria East put up a 5 spot in that third inning. They lead 8-2. As Rivera goes high to Taylor Tracy that time. Ball 1. Rivera, that's low, 2-0. Taylor Tracy, of course, 2 bombs this morning. 2-run shot and a solo shot against Canyon Lake. And Taylor looks like he fouled it off his back. Count goes to 2-1. Taylor looks like he's good. Back in the box. Rivera delivers. That was into the dirt. 3-1 now to the freshman phenom. Brandon Arvison in the on-deck circle now for the Tigers. That is a strike. Full count now on Taylor Tracy. And now Rivera winds. Taylor Tracy, hard bouncer over the third base. Routine 5-3 put out for the first out of the fourth inning. Here comes Big B. Big B walked his only plate appearance back in the second. That one's well inside. 1-0. Rivera delivers. Brendan Arvison fouls it back. A ball in the strike now to the senior. Sam McAjanian in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Rivera delivers. Popped it up and fouled and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes now to Brandon Arvison. Tigers trail 8-2. That one's into the dirt, 2-2. Big B now quickly back in the box. Rivera delivers. Well outside. Full count now on Brandon Arvison. Andrew Rivera with the windup. Brandon Arvison fouls it into the bullpen of the Titans. Count remains full. Here's pitch 65 for Rivera. Brandon Arvison fouls it back once again. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Big B. Brandon playing first base tonight. And now Rivera winds, delivers. Ball 4. And for the second time, Brendan Arvison gets on bases on balls. Here comes Sammy. Sammy tonight grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the second. And Rivera chunks it back to make sure Big B knows he's right there. 8-2 here in the top of the 4th. And Rivera delivers. Sam fouls it to the third base side. Strike 1. Oh and 1 now to Akajanian. Wyatt Lesper in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Rivera delivers. Nearly hits Sam. High and inside, 1-1. Tigers need runners. And the ball gets away from Shannon. And Brendan Arvison rounding second. He's going to go to third standing up. And Brendan Arvison, he thought about it, but he's going to hold up at third base. So Josh Shannon let the ball escape him. And it escaped him pretty badly in the right field. And Brendan Arvison trots over to third base. A single will get him in. That pitch is well outside. 2 balls and a strike. As Rivera delivers, Sam looks at ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Sam Makajanian. Wyatt Lesper waiting to come up. Rivera waits, delivers. Inside, strike 2. Great off-speed pitch there for Andrew Rivera. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Sam. Rivera delivers. That's outside, and Sam gets on with a walk. So the Tigers have 2 runners on, 1 out, and here comes Wyatt. Wyatt grounded out back in the 3rd inning. He has 2 on, 1 out. Let's see if he can get Big B across the board to put another run up for the Tigers. Rivera looks over at first. And he delivers. And Wyatt looks at strike 1. Ball, no balls, 1 strike to Wyatt Lesper. Rivera being patient. And he delivers. Wyatt Lesper swings and misses for strike 2. 0-2 to Wyatt. '75th pitch coming up for Andrew Rivera. He delivers into the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 now to Wyatt Lesper. And now Rivera delivers outside once again. Sam is going to get to second easily. So now the Tigers have both runners in scoring position with only 1 out. And a 2-2 count on Wyatt Lesper. And Rivera delivers into the dirt once again. Full count now on Wyatt. Matt Schindler is ready to go. He's in the on-deck circle. Here's Rivera now. He delivers. And Wyatt pops it into center field, and Parker grabs it for the out. And Brandon's going to get across the board. 8-3 Victoria East now, as Brandon Arvison comes home for the Tigers. Crowd is kind of quiet here. Here comes Matt Schindler. Matt was hit by a pitch back in the third inning. He does have a runner on second base. Rivera delivers, and Matt fouls it over to Coach Reynolds. Great grab there by Coach. 0-1 now to Matt. Luke Hudson is ready to go. He's on the on-deck circle. And now Rivera checks back at second. Delivers. Matt flies it. It's going deep. And it is caught by Mozicek to get out of this inning. Tigers do get one across the board. 8-3 Victoria East as we head to the bottom of the fourth. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the Vype U program, same day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Your Tigers. Melvin Jones back here with you. The Comal ISD Invitational right here on Vype pay-per-view. As Austin Van Berkeley continues to warm up. Titans, meanwhile, would go with Coley, Gonzalez, and Mozicek in this fourth inning. Caden Coley so far 1 for 1, doubling back last inning. He had the lone hit for the Titans. And now VB delivers. That's inside and low, ball one. And now VB sets, fires. Coley hits it, center field, and Taylor Tracy grabs it for the first out of this inning. As Rico Gonzalez comes up for the Titans, who lead 8-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Gonzalez 1 for 2. He popped up to Matt Schindler in foul territory last inning, and VB gets him with a first pitch strike, and is 0-1 on Gonzalez. And now VB fires, grounds it, foul. 0-2 now to Rico Gonzalez. Gonzalez fouls it once again, this time out of the stadium. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. As Van Berkeley fires. Got him! VB with his second strikeout. Second out of this inning. As Caden Mozicek comes up now for the Titans. Mozicek 1 for 1. He did walk last inning. And Mozicek gets a bloop single in the left field for a base hit. So Mozicek get his second hit in as many innings. And here's Josh Shannon. Shannon doesn't have an official at bat. Got on with a fielder's choice back in the first, and he was hit by a pitch last inning as he was the final batter for Max Church. And the first pitch goes in there for a strike 1. Only 1 now to Josh Shannon. VB. Nice swing and miss. Great pitch there by VB. And Shannon goes down in the count 0-2. VB looking for his third strikeout. Got him! I think everyone thought that was a strike. Players start walking off to the field. But the umps called it just inside. Coach Payne even came out of the dugout. Everyone thought that was strike 3. A ball and 2 strikes now to Josh Shannon. VB fouls it. As Shannon fouls it out of the park. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Van Berkeley fires. And Shannon fouls it past the third base side. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. And now VB checks at second, delivers. And that one, the umpire stepped out. But it's going to go down as a ball. So deuces are wild for Josh Shannon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth. As Van Berkeley checks a second. He delivers. Shannon fouls it to the back net. Count remains 2-2. Here's VB now. Fires. And Shannon floats it. And it's going to drop in for a base hit. Another run is going to come in. Theo Howard throws it in. And it's 9-3 now. Victoria East. A double there by Josh Shannon. Brings home another run. As Xavier Ortega comes up to take on also Van Berkeley. 9-3 Victoria East. And VB delivers. And he got him for a first pitch strike. I don't know what Coach Payne is thinking. Shannon gets called out. That run doesn't come across the board. Ortega fouls it behind us out of the stadium, 0-2 now. Van Berkeley is ready. He fires. Ortega sails it, and it drops in front of Luke Hudson. And another run is going to come in and score as Josh Shannon comes in. 10-3 Victoria East. Two outs remain here. Bottom of the fourth. Here's Grayson Youngblood. Ending in the 9-hole for the Titans. And AD to AP gets him to finish this inning. But another two come across the board. And after 4, Victoria East leads 10-3. Fifth inning coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Three Titans. Melvin Jones back here, second game today of the Comal ISD Invitational. And the first pitch goes down as a ball, 1-0. And a quick timeout. Andrew Rivera, 81 pitches, and he throws 82. And Luke Hudson may have an infield hit, but Rivera quickly gets to it. 1 away. Top of the order, and Theo Howard is up now for the Tigers. Howard so far 0 for 1. Led off the game with a walk. Grounded out in the third inning. And Theo hurt himself. Looks like he hit it off of his foot and is going to go foul. Looks like it went straight off of Howard's ankle. As the ump checking to make sure that Theo's good. Looks like he's definitely good to go. He's down in the count. No balls and a strike. Howard pops it. It's going foul. Is it playable? It is not. Into the bullpen. As Howard quickly goes down. No balls and 2 strikes. 10-3 Victoria East. The big inning, of course, that third inning, where the Titans put up that 5 spot. And Theo Howard swings and misses, and he goes down on strikes. Fourth strikeout for Rivera. Here's AD. Aiden Dennis tonight. 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, singly, back in the third. And now Rivera with pitch 86. And AD looks at strike 1. Oh and 1 now to Aiden Dennis. And Aiden swings and misses for strike 2. 0 and 2 now. And Andrew Rivera is quick with it. Fires. That's outside. 1 and 2. Dennis gets on. Then Aiden Perry due up next. He is in the on-deck circle. Rivera fires. And AD goes down swinging. And that is Rivera's 5th strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on. Time to stretch. As Victoria East leads 10-3. Bottom of the 5th coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the Vype U program, same day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
Bottom of the 5th. Brand new pitcher for the Tigers. Cody Daniels coming in to take the rock. And he's going to face the top of the order. Barrows, Sockwell, Parker, all due up now for the Titans. As Barrows now comes up. Daniels looks like he's done with his warm-ups. As we are still waiting to see what's going on. And Daniels sides arm. First pitch strike for Cody Daniels. There's 0-1. Daniels floats it. 1-1 now to Hunter Barrows. And Barrows sails it into center field. Taylor Tracy grabs it with a nice catch there over his shoulder for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Taylor. Here's Mason Sockwell. Sockwell 0 for 3 tonight. Final numbers on Austin Varian Berkeley. An inning and 2/3, 2 Ks, and 3 hits. And a swing and miss that time, strike one. 0-1 on Sockwell. Daniels now fires. That one goes well outside, 1-1. Tigers giving up that 10 spot as Sockwell fouls it out of the stadium. A ball and 2 strikes now to Mason Sockwell. Brady Parker in the on-next circle for Victoria East. Cody Daniels fires, swings and misses as Sockwell goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Cody Daniels. And here comes Parker. Parker is 1 for 3. A single in the first and 2 consecutive strikeouts in the second and third. Daniel goes outside, 1-0. Daniels now fires as Parker fouls it to the back net. 1-1. Folks, don't forget tomorrow, games 3 and 4 of this Invitational. The first game against Lee tomorrow at 11. Second game against Brenner at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Both games right here on Vype pay-per-view as Parker fouls it into the Tiger dugout. 1-2 now. Three runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Tigers as Daniels goes low and it's 2-2. 10 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Victoria East. Cody Daniels sidearms it. Parker bounces it right to Daniels. And the Titans, for the first time tonight, second time tonight, goes down in order. 1, 2, 3. At the end of 5, Victoria East leads 10-3. Top of the 6 coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
10-3 here in the top of the 6th. Melvin Jones back here with you. The Comal ISD Invitational right here on Vype pay-per-view. Aiden Perry, Taylor Tracy, Brandon Arvison, all coming up for the Tigers. Andrew Rivera still out there slinging it. And he goes outside for ball 1. Rivera delivers. Same locale, same result. 2 balls and no strikes now to Aiden Perry. And now Rivera taking his time and timeout. That was AP that time, calling time. Gonzalez now is going to run out to talk to his catcher. "91 pitches for Andrew Rivera. 5 Ks thus far. And that was catches the inside corner, strike 1. Rivera has only given up 1 hit to the Tigers. That was outside, 3 balls and a strike to Aiden Perry. And another timeout. Rivera is really taking his time now on these pitches. And now Rivera with the 3-1. And AP slices one in the right field for a base hit. Aiden Perry's first hit of this ball game. A single in the 6th. Here comes the freshman phenom, Taylor Tracy. Looks like actually we're going to have a pinch hitter come up for the Tigers as Andrew Rivera is done. Austin Wolf coming in the bat for Taylor Tracy. Pitching change right here with a runner on and no outs here in the top of the 6th. We'll give you who it is coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So Coach Payne looks like he's opening up his bench. Austin Wolf is coming up. He's going to bat for Taylor Tracy. New pitcher for Victoria East is going to be Hunter Barrows. Barrows was a shortstop. He moves over to the pitching side. Replacing Barrows at shortstop, Grayson Youngblood. As here's Austin Wolf. This is Austin's first plate appearance all day. Didn't have a plate appearance against Canyon Lake. And now he's coming up with Aiden Perry on first base. No outs here in the top of the 6th. Barrows gets a first pitch strike. 0-1 now to Wolf. Barrows now. Fires. That's high. And inside, 1-1. Barrows checks back over at first base at AP. And he checks AP, make sure he knows he's there. As Barrows delivers the 1-1. High and inside, 2-1. Rylan Mahoney getting ready to pinch hit for Brendan Arvison. He is on deck. And that pitch catches the outside corner, 2-2. Barrows now. Full count. And Wolf misses. Now it's full count. So the score is made an error. It is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the scoreboard is catching itself up as Austin steps back into the batter's box. Barrows delivers. And Austin Wolf gets him a base hit past the third baseman. Aiden Perry is going to stop right there as the left fielder juggles it. And Aiden Perry gets in to third base. Austin Wolf moves over to second. They're going to call that one a double for Austin Wolf. 2-bagger. As Rylan Mahoney comes in to bat for Brendan Arvison. This is Mahoney's first at bat as well. And Rylan pops it up. And it's going to be caught out there by Youngblood for the first out. We have another pinch hitter as Teddy Dowds comes up to bat for Sam. This is Dowds' first plate appearance as well, and Teddy pops it, and it's going to sail foul into the bleachers. (10-3) Victoria East. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And Teddy swings and misses. Strike 2. 0-2 now to Dowds. And Barrows goes high. 1-2 now to Teddy. Barrows fires. And Teddy fouls it to the backstop. Count remains. A ball and 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th. Dowds now fires. Swing and miss. And Teddy Dowds goes down swinging. Borrows his first strikeout. And here comes Wyatt. Wyatt tonight 0 for 2. Grounding out in the 3rd. Popping up to center field. Back in the 4th. And Wyatt swings and misses on the first pitch. 0-1. Wyatt slices it foul on the right field side. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Barrows goes high that time. 1-2 now to Wyatt Lesper. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Here in the top of the 6th. As Barrows goes above Wyatt's head. And Wyatt is looking at Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. And Wyatt slices one into the outfield for a base hit. AP comes around to score. And the second runner comes in. Austin Wolf comes in. 5-10 now. Tigers get 2 across the board. RBI single for Wyatt Lesper. As here comes Matt Schindler. Barrios getting 2 across the board, and Schindler goes foul on the third base side. No balls and a strike to the catcher. (10-5) now, Victoria East. Barrows goes low that time. 1-1. Pitch number 19 for Barrows, and he goes down the middle for strike 2. 1-2 on Matt Schindler. And Schindler throws it back to first. Keep Wyatt in check. Chase Wisenet in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. As Matt pops it up in the center field. And a catch out there by Parker to end the 6th inning. 2 runs come across the board for the Tigers. They now trail 10-5. Bottom of the 6th coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Your Tigers. Few changes for the Tigers. Riley Mahoney now at first base, replacing Brandon Arvison. Teddy Dowds at third base. Austin Wolf at center. As Mahoney get an unassisted play to begin this inning for the first out. for Cody Daniels in this inning. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 2. Striking out back in the fourth. Daniels now fires. Smack down inside corner for strike one. 0-1 now to Rico Gonzalez. Daniels gets Rodriguez to hit it over to Aiden Dennis for the force at first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Caden Moschek. Moschek 2 for 2. 2 singles tonight. He also had a walk back in the 3rd inning. 15 pitches so far for Cody Daniels. And Cody gets the first pitch strike. 0-1 now to Moschek. Moschek get on. Josh Hannon in the on-deck circle. And Moschek hits a grounder. AP gets it. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Go to Titans here in the 6th inning. Quick 6th inning, but the Tigers are down to their final 3 outs. 7th inning coming up. Luke Hudson, Theo Howard, Aiden Dennis, all due up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So the final score in this shortened invitational game, Victoria East has defeated your Tigers 10-5 in 6 innings. As we welcome you back to the press box, Melvin Jones back here with you. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. So the Tigers split these 2 games today, winning in spectacular fashion this morning 6-5 off of a game-winning home run from Taylor Tracy. Then tonight, giving up large runs in multiple innings to this very talented Victoria East Ball Club as the Titans win 10-5. And the Tigers regroup, get ready for tomorrow morning, bright and early. Once again, folks, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., Tigers against Lee. Coverage will begin at 10:55 right here on Vype Live. Then at 5 o'clock, the Tigers goes up against San Antonio's own Brennan High School. That game will begin at 5 o'clock. First pitch. Coverage will begin here at 4:55 right here on Vype Live. So the Tigers split the games today. Regroup, get ready for another 2-gamer tomorrow. We'll have it for you right here on Vype Pay-Per-View. I am Melvin Jones. This has been Tiger Baseball on Vype Live and Vype Pay-Per-View, folks. We will talk to you tomorrow morning for game number 3 of this invitational. Good night, folks.